So this video is going to be about how to replace this light, change it to a can light or a halo light as called in most stores or retail stores you go to buy. For that, you're going to need a couple of things. You're going to need a square to draw a line and to make a good cut. That way you're not replacing a hard piece of drywall. You're going to need a knife, you're going to need a pencil. You're going to need a drill or a screwdriver if you choose the hand method. You're going to need your can light. At the end of this, you're also going to need your piece of trim to put it up into the light fixture, which I'll show you how to adjust it when we're done. Make sure when you buy this, you save that piece of paper on the inside, because that will help you when it comes time to cut your new piece of drywall to go around it. All right, stay tuned. All right, went ahead and made my mark. As you can see, I made a square. I did not measure off the same as the other side because realistically you can cut drywall to any size you want. What I can tell you from experience is if you notice this joint going from here all the way down is a joist. So you want to cut along half of that joist. So I'll start probably somewhere here and come across to figure out the middle section of that. So when I cut along down here and cut it out to the same side down there, I'm able to screw my new piece of drywall back up. So that'll be the first step, and then we'll go from there. All right, so after careful demolition, as you can see, I cut along that line. Just took a hammer, slammed up, find out what everything is. There's the joist on that side. Turn around, there's a joist on that side. So as you can see, I don't want to cut more than there. Hit that center line on the joist so when I put the drywall up again, it's good to go. So here's the old fixture. Coming through there's one wire right to there. So that's the same wire we're gonna use on the new fixture. So I gotta make sure not to, I don't wanna cut that anymore because it's gotta be in the same spot. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna measure the same side on the other side to make it look uniform. And then cut out the other side and square it off, clean it up, and take this fixture out. For that, I would recommend turning off your circuit breaker to that light. If you don't know how to do that, or if you don't know what circuit breaker it is, all you have to do is turn on the light and go ahead and go down to your electrical panel, wherever it is in the house, and flip the breaker until the light turns off. Once the light turns off, that line or power is dead, and you can go ahead and undo it. I'm not going to show you how to do that. It's different in every home, but what I can tell you is in most places you don't need a permit to replace existing fixtures. For new fixtures you will need a permit in most places, but I would say contact your local permitting office to find out if you need a permit if you choose to do this. So this is the start of how to replace a fixture. I'll go ahead and square it off and clean it up and show you when I start taking it out. And we're back. All right, so I cut out the drywall. As you see, a couple marks to make it square. I made it the same on both sides. And if you look up here, nothing that way. So we have one wire coming down. That is 12-3 for people who do not know, or I'm sorry, 12-2. Not 12-3. 12-3 would be for a fan. 12-2 would be black, white, and a ground for a light. And it comes down to here. There's two because that one is going to come over to a switch. That side of the wall. That side of the wall. Two switches, one light. So what we're going to go ahead and do now is dismantle this one. I recommend again going down and turning off the breaker. So leave the light on, find the right breaker. It'll turn off when you flip the right breaker, and then disconnect it. Take down the fixture. We'll install the new fixture, and I'll send you a picture or a video, and we'll move forward. Pretty simple. Most of it is just drywall work. Make sure the reason I cut it so wide is when you go back and you put the next fixture in, remember that fixture is wider, so you need the space. And then also in a future video I'll show you after I put it up along here. The reason I do a square is because you want to feather it out from the middle. So you want it to come down when you do the mud work, and you want to feather out going out to the sides, really to cover up any gap or fix stuff like this. Stuff like this, where obviously they taped it, but it didn't hold up. So we'll fix it, but it's part of remodeling, so we'll go from there. All right, next video will show you the fixture installed. Thank you. And it's installed. So now all I gotta do is hook up the wiring. As you can see, I can make a straighter cut, which I'll do to patch the drywall work. That's pretty good. But what I'll go ahead and do is I'll open it up top. Let me get up there so you can see it. So I like these lights. I put a bulb in there already. You just pull the circle out. Remember, keep that circle because that's your drywall cut. And then pull out the red tab, and then you just screw a normal bulb in there temporarily until I get a trim kit, as they call it. But to wire this up, the circuit, remember the circuit breaker's off. You just pull that down, right? And this should come off. Some of them come off, some of them don't. It's okay if they don't. But anyways, you have a white, you should have a black, and you should have a ground. So you should have 3 wires. These things are pretty simple. They come down, and all you do, since you got the breaker off, you take these 3, which I'm gonna end up feeding the wire through there, one of these circles. You just gotta pop it out with a rivet, one of these. Or it should have most of them have a rubber grommet. If they don't, that's okay. You just pop out one of those and you end up putting it through there, and then they're literally push connect. So say you have the white one, you just literally push it, see the back side? Push it in the side, and you can fit up to 2 more connections after that for 2 more lights if you want to go. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do this one, connect it, and then switch breaker back on and light will work. When I do caution you, only 6 lights should be on 1 circuit breaker. That's in combination with any outlets you put on that light. If you read any national guidelines, for a 15 amp, no more than 6. For a 20 amp, you can go to 8, but I will tell you, on a 12-2 wire, I would stick to 6, safety, right? I'm always safety first, so if you have to run another wire, so be it, run another circuit breaker. 6 lights is plenty for one area. So, all right, I'll come back when this is all hooked up and I'll get the light on for you. Okay, we're back.